we have ID and name column in S1 of type number and varchar. Now I will be creating a trigger table first. So let's take T underscore table as the trigger table name. So I want to create a table by name T table. So using the create table command, I am creating T table as the trigger table, in which I will be taking the first column as action and the type of action I'm taking as varchar. 15 will be the limit of letters, and then the second column I'm taking as action date. So for that I'm taking the type as date and end. So when I execute this, I get table created if the table is successfully created. Now I'm going to create a trigger. So for creating trigger, the syntax is create or replace trigger. So replace optional. You can directly write create trigger. So create or replace trigger, and the trigger name you can give trigger on S1. So, or I will give the name as trigger ES underscore 1 as the trigger name. And I want to create or replace the trigger, and the action after which I want to create is insert, and the table on which I want to create is S1. So this is the trigger which I'm going to create. So trigger on table S1, that is after insert action. So this will be the trigger which I'm creating, and the trigger will be return the trigger code I'm writing in begin and end, in between begin and end. So here I'm going to write insert into the trigger table here is T underscore table. So I want to insert into T table the action which the user has done. That is, I want to insert the values as inserted. So perform insert or inserted according to your requirement. You can write any word for the action, and the date I want to give as sys date. Whatever is the sys date, that will be inserted in the action date column. This is the action which I want to give. So next I will be ending the trigger, and then slash will end of line. So this is the trigger which we have created for table S1. Now, as we have already seen, there is no data in the table S1. You can see no rows selected, but there are ID and name column. So I'm going to insert some data, insert into S1 values. So I'm performing insert on S1, and I'm inserting 123, comma Raja. So this is the row which I'm creating in S1. When I execute, I get one row created as the. Now let's see the data which is in T table. So you can see here the command, the insert command, we have added data into the S1 table. So we have performed insert. So for this action, according to the trigger, as trigger got automatically executed, it has inserted in trigger table the word inserted, and in action date, the date, the system date.